Okay, my name is Ruehlen, and I'm an artist out here in Boulder, and I'm in the MFA program at CU, and I also teach still part-time. But tonight I'm not going to talk about my work at all. I'm going to talk about a recent experience I had in Utah. I just got back a few days ago from the Arts and Residency program in Park City, and it's called Ruehlen 2011, or Ruehlen, depending on the year. And this program is put on through the Kimball Art Center in Park City. And I kind of want to talk about both the residency itself and why it's sort of a cutting-edge program, and also why and how it differs from your standard residency program, and also kind of how what I got out of it. So this is downtown Park City. So your standard residency program for artists is anywhere from like 6 weeks to 2 to 3 years, depending on the program. And you basically are thrown into a studio space and you make a lot of work, you experiment, you get a lot of feedback from your peers. But it's mostly about getting a lot of time to just focus on making work. This program is different in the sense that this is where we were working at in Spiro Arts, kind of a communal studio space. And this is in the Sundance Institute complex. And they basically mirrored, the Ruehlen program is mirrored after the Sundance Labs during the Sundance Film Festival, which is basically the pairing of an emerging filmmaker with more like a high-profile movie maker like Steven Spielberg or something like that will come in and spend a lot of time working with this emerging filmmaker to kind of work out some of the kinks in the film, network with them, kind of give them some tips on what it's like to work in the field, the commercial side of being a filmmaker. So they wanted to kind of create a program for visual artists that was a lot like that. And this is some more images of just sort of the inside of our spaces some of us are working. So they brought in 10 emerging artists, me being one of them. And they also bring in 6 mentors. They would be the more established artists who have a lot more experience in the field who are going to come in and work with each one of us individually. So basically the premise of this was we had 10 days to come to, we had 1 week, the whole program was 10 days, we had 1 week to each one of us were going to make 1 piece for an exhibition and an auction. And so we're going to throw into this like a crazy mix of like people we've never met before and have to produce this work under like a lot of pressure. And at the end of 1 week, we have to show a piece that we've been making for an auction now later on being an exhibition, which is right now. So we spent a lot of time with our specific mentors that they brought in, that they paired up with each one of us. But the thing that's great about this program is there is a very fluid program, so everyone was working with everyone else. All the mentors spent a lot of time with other emerging artists and vice versa. Everyone was kind of talking with everyone else. So this is a late night shot. I think I took this at probably 4 o'clock in the morning. Most of us didn't get much sleep. Most of us weren't used to producing work within the time frame of 7 days. I usually work for about a month on a piece, so it was quite a bit different. So another key part of this program that's different from a lot of residencies is part of what Kimball was after was having us network and meet with different collectors, curators, gallerists, etc. as an opportunity for us to kind of get our foot in the door, and also just to meet and talk with people who are collecting work, to kind of see what it's like to work in the field of the fine arts, the commercial arts, etc. This is during the afternoon. We're taking a break and covered in paint. It took me like probably 2 hours to get off. So we spent a lot of time networking with each other and producing this work for a gala. But that was the premise of the thing itself, of the residency. But I think what most of us got out of it, as it's a newer program, were things like this, where we, in the evenings, all of us would come together and cook meals for each other. And there was this opportunity for us to all spend a lot of time in the communal space, just talking, relaxing, doing late night studio visits, and just getting close to each other. Something about, maybe it was the fact that we only had 10 days together and we didn't know each other. We were thrown into the mix and had to get to know each other really quickly. So by the end of it, we became very close friends. We gained a lot of experience from each other out of it. This is just one of the evenings when we're cleaning up our work and ready to present it for the exhibition. So I think for me, what was the most important part of this residency, which is different than some, and also coincides with a lot of residencies, I feel, is this opportunity to have art as a relationship and not about just object making. I think a lot of times artists are very focused on making objects that they're going to put into a space and people are going to come and look at it. And that's, of course, why we make art. But I feel like things like this really alter, at least for me, alter my perception of what it is to make art, why I want to make art. And it has a lot more to do with the opportunity to have a relationship. And that's a relationship with the viewer, a relationship with patrons, and more, mostly for me, a relationship with my peers, people that are also creators, people that are willing to share in our ideas and also criticize our ideas, break us down, and also talk about just our own personal experiences and get to know each other and what it's like to be an artist. Most of us came from all over the United States and all over the world. There was one guy from South Africa, and the rest of us were kind of scattered about from the United States. So each one of us brought a lot of different experiences into this program, and why we were each making art. And that's basically all I have to say about this. This is kind of a little bit slower than I expected. So I guess these are just some shots from the show after it was put up with a group of us. The five in the middle and the one up there they were the emerging artists, and there were some of the mentors who were a part of it. The program itself is open every year for new artists to come and check out. It's a really great program. I encourage anybody who's making art to look into residencies in general, and specifically this sort of residency, which is more about engaging a wider audience, engaging your peers, and not necessarily just locking yourself away and making work for yourself. So that's all I have.